too into it.
That's so funny. Is the sound good, Paul?
Yeah, was it good when I hit my leg against the table? You got that? I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Zara Mizrahi.
Yeah, another one.
And another one. Dude, someone, one of our friends posted like a facial recognition thing on their story. They saw it at like an Indian restaurant, like a poster, and they tagged you instead of like Zara Ali. And I had reached out to her and I'm like, you know, I love you and I love the sentiment behind this. Zara Ali just walked in.
There we go. There's
That's
the
good because I
yoga
wanted
one.
to tell you before she walked in.
That's
She can
so
listen
funny.
to the podcast and find out.
Hello, yes, two Zaras on a podcast.
Yeah, it's like they're not the same Zara people.
Oh my God,
We're
no,
not.
somebody was like, I saw that you're on facial recognition next week or whatever. I was like, that's exactly what they're trying to prevent. I was like, that's the anti-facial recognition mission.
Yeah, or it's like we call it out at
Yeah, it's
least.
so
at the
funny.
least, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
it's gonna happen. I've done it with white people.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Sometimes I'll say their name out loud and see if they respond, and I'll be like, okay, I guess that's not them.
I literally did this like last week.
Yeah.
They're two very well-known comics, and I confused. One of them does a show that's kind of like a period piece show, like Stand Up Through the Times or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I confused Jody Miller with Eleanor Kerrigan.
I think that they get
Oh,
that a
they get
lot.
that all the
I'm
time.
sure they get that all the time, but they're also like, they're both, you know, at the Comedy Store and stuff. So it just, you know, but
Yeah.
people could be saying that
It's
about
not
us
personal.
too. It's never personal,
Yeah.
but I just like that it's just a running joke now for
Yeah.
all of us.
Yeah.
It's basically anyone who's going to be in the same casting room, we're going to call you by another person.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, if it's happening, let's just
Yeah.
acknowledge it at
Right.
least.
last
So-
name basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we got the Zara with the H and the Zara without the H.
Yeah.
The Zara without the H is getting married.
Yes.
I don't know why I said that. Like I'm like,
congratulations.
I don't know. I think it's fascinating to me because I was never wired to like focus on like think about weddings as like a milestone.
Me neither. Like,
Yeah.
this is the weirdest
So to
thing.
see how chill you are handling it, like she is having a good old time right now. Like,
Are you?
She was telling me.
It seemed like it was stressful when we talked, but
It was
Oh,
about like 2 weeks ago, just a little bit because so much was undecided.
Okay.
But now I'm in the place. I was just telling her, so sorry, you have to hear this again for the.
No,
but-
no
I'm
worries.
sorry.
No, no.
Do our listeners have to hear this again? I
No,
apologize.
this was-
Oh, okay.
No,
we
you're
weren't
good.
recording.
No, I was just saying that like the closer you get to making all the, like finishing all the big decisions and like getting closer to the date, then the more you're able to visualize it and get really excited.
Oh,
like in the
that's
beginning,
fun.
it's just
Yeah.
so like, fuck, like we have flowers to choose. I don't know what music. Who's
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, what is it?
right?
She's doing it
You
herself.
know?
Wait,
Yeah.
you're doing everything yourself?
Well, I mean, he helps. But like,
Or does
don't
he
have a
really?
planner, I mean.
Does he really? I mean,
yeah.
is he involved? Okay,
Yes, he's
well that's
involved.
cool.
We went to the flower place yesterday, and we chose because he's a producer, so
Mm-hmm.
and he's really good at like visual, like designs.
Yeah.
And, coordinating themes. Like he's really good with that stuff, which I'm not. Like I was able to choose the photographer really easily. Just shit like that. Like,
Yeah, no, that's
I was
good.
telling her, I was like, the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, who the fuck am I?
But
like,
the photographer is important because there are so many people that I've talked to that are like, oh, my wedding photographer sucked. Now, 20, 15 years later, whenever I look back at my photos, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Every time we look back at our Indian parents' photos, they're all like looking very sad.
because
that's so funny, dude. Is
That's
that
like a
is that
custom,
everybody?
right?
Because I don't think Indian women were supposed to look happy at their weddings. Like, I think because they're supposed to look like a shy bride. So there's like a lot of brides who are just like looking down and not looking up. Like you're supposed to be all like, oh my God, I'm going to have sex today. And I
Or they
just
like-
have never
Oh.
felt anything like this before. I'm so shy. You know, like
Right.
it was very much like that.
Or they like just met the guy for the first time and they're like, fuck,
That's
he doesn't
true,
look like
too.
this picture.
Yeah, that's true too. Everybody was
It's not the
getting
same as this
catfished.
Indian bubble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bumble.
Bumble?
Jesus. I was like,
Yeah.
which is the one with the bees and which is the one?
Bumble is the one with the bee.
Yeah. And then Bumble is the one with the stick and the soap.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go.
I love how Bumble gives women who want to take more initiative with dating that opportunity, but I had to delete it.
Really? It was too much pressure to not reach out to people?
No, it was, yeah, it was. I wasn't interested enough to initiate or motivated enough to initiate. I do like Hinge, but I'm not motivated enough to swipe through it anymore.
My dude and I met on Hinge.
It's a
Oh, you
good app.
did.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
another successful relationship from a dating app.
So you guys
Hinge-
deleted it? Like they...
Yeah, it was funny. We like sent each other the screenshot when we were done. We were like, oh, okay, that's like the moment.
sweet.
Yeah, it was such a millennial.
So did you have like mutual friends in the business before then at all? You just
No, I mean,
met
there's
through
like
Hinge?
one person we were thinking like who could have been the one connecting it, but it was so random, like someone from like literally 20 years ago or something like that. It's
Wow.
like I don't even know if that could be the guy. He had just moved to LA. And I don't know how the algorithm worked.
Okay.
But it really worked.
So your fiance had just moved to LA.
Yeah, like a week before we met.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then he joined Hinge,
Yeah.
and then he found the woman of his dreams.
Yeah, it worked out.
You guys have like a solid
Man.
friendship too, which is, I think, I value a lot in a relationship.
Yeah.
So even seeing you guys together, it's like you guys are best buds.
Oh my
too.
God. I'm glad that comes across. Yeah.
He's like your biggest fan. He'll come to your shows.
Comes
he'll,
all the time,
He'll
yeah.
say hi to everyone. Like he's really sweet. Yeah.
Well, like you guys are so comfortable around each other that like when I first met him, I think you guys were giving me a ride to my car.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and
yeah.
like I didn't even realize like you guys were dating at the time,
Oh,
but
that's
then
so
it made
funny.
sense after. But like, you know, I was just like, I thought you guys like had known each other forever. Like,
Oh man, I'm glad that comes across.
Yeah.
Because it's like I feel like you can really tell when couples are like not supposed to be together, or
Yeah.
when you're like,
Yeah.
ooh, when are they gonna find out?
they're white
you know?
knuckling through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're forcing it. Like you're trying to force something and it doesn't fit.
No, totally, and it's horrible to go to weddings like that too,
Yeah.
where you're like, oh
You
God.
could sense the tension.
You totally
Yeah.
can. I've been to those. It is so depressing. I was just like, if I weren't sure about this, I mean, I obviously wouldn't be marrying him, but I would also not be so stoked to like have a wedding.
Yeah.
It's because I'm so sure that I'm like, oh, this will be great.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the wedding is like your party, right? So if
Yeah.
you two are throwing a party, I'm sure it's going to be a great time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
It's going to be fun. You're
Thank
going to have a great
you.
time.
Thanks. Yeah, we were talking about there is some stress, you know. It's like you always want to make sure that people are gonna have like fun or
Well, we were talking about when you and I were at a show, we were talking about how stressful it is
Mm-hmm.
to like appease both sides of the family because it's like two families coming together who a lot of them have not met each other for, you know, and it's just you have to manage everyone's expectations, which could probably drive the couple crazy, right?
yeah, I think so. We are trying to figure out like, oh, when are our parents gonna meet? They still haven't met.
What? That's great.
Yeah, I mean, but like his parents live in Chicago, mine live here. Like, when are they ever gonna? They're not
Yeah.
gonna like hang
Yeah.
out, you know?
Yeah.
If they
They're
were
not getting married.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly. So it's gonna be like an arranged parent relationship. You know, like we have it all preset, and they're
Yeah.
just gonna have to deal with it.
My, how the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Like 2 generations later, you know, whereas before it was like the parents were doing all the work and the heavy
Yeah.
lifting and the bride and groom were meeting for the first time at the wedding.
Yeah.
And now
the
it's like-
parents used to do it to the kids, and now the kids are arranging the
Yeah.
parents' marriage by law. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I think my parents I think they met once before.
Really.
Yeah. So they met, they like probably talked. I don't know if they were chaperoned by their, you know, whoever was chaperoning them, parents,
So
older brother.
intense.
Yeah, and it's so funny because both of my parents have strong personalities, and it's just like they had no idea. They had no idea. So it's hilarious,
Oh
you
my
know.
God. They
One of
were
the
like putting
kids-
on their best face, and then
I mean, we all do, right? But it's just like you know, you don't know the person.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
You know them
'cause
on paper.
It takes a good 3 to 6 months to like wear somebody down to be their real self around you.
I
You
mean,
know,
in
like
LA, it seems like it takes a week.
well, yeah, but I
because they
mean,
might already be worn down.
That's true. That's true.
They're like, I'm scarred by my last relationship.
you know-
you get to reap the benefits.
Yeah. But everyone tries to put on, you know,
Yeah.
a good
Oh, for
impression
sure.
in the beginning, you know? So you're getting the best version of somebody until, like, there's a conflict or shit gets real, you know, and then you find out who they really are.
I mean, planning
So-
a wedding, then you find out who they really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we were talking about. Is like it's a really good test for the rest of the relationship.
Interesting.
Like, how do you guys handle this huge event or
Yeah.
occasion or like conflict and choices.
And commitment, and it's a big life change and all of that.
Like, are you
so.
getting more excited or are you getting more nervous, like, approaching the date?
How are you feeling?
Like, oh, I'm psyched.
Super excited?
I'm really excited.
Any part of you nervous?
I mean, nervous in just the fact that it's like a big deal, you know, and
Yeah.
like especially for the girl, like everybody looks at the girl the most.
I mean,
you know?
you're gorgeous. It'll be fine.
Oh, dude,
It'll be
thanks.
fine.
I'm just,
It'll be
I'm
fine.
kind of a self-conscious person, which is hilarious that I decided to do this for a profession, you know? but I am, like, I am a little, I don't know. It's probably why I'm comfortable doing voiceover, you know? Like, I like my kind of like privacy. I like just not having to be the center
Hiding
of
behind an
attention.
animation.
Yeah.
Having your voice.
Yeah, I'm way more, I can easily commit harder in voiceover than I can in like on-camera acting.
Yeah, because like, you know, when we think of weddings, we think of the bride as the centerpiece. So it is
Right.
like you're the focus
and
for however
like-
many hours
Exactly.
the event is. So that's
Exactly. And it's kind of like, does it have to be like that? Should it be like, and like, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying like, it's about both of them equally, right?
Yeah, but
I
the
just
bride is so much prettier to look at. You know,
I
like
guess so.
it could be chill.
it's just
I think
you know.
I guess like you're never gonna see a woman in like a fully white dress again, probably, right? But you'll see
Yeah.
a guy in a tux like several times.
True.
Maybe
Why
not
are we
true.
wearing white dresses still? The jig's up, man.
I know that too.
I don't know what that. Yeah,
He was like, "Do you want a veil?" I'm like, "Fucking veil! Like, are you serious?"
those are complicated. They get caught. It's just yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
like why?
Mhm.
But you're in a good place in your relationship.
Yeah, we're in a good place. I don't know about like wedding bells or anything, but no, we're on a journey. Hopefully there, but we'll
So
find
cool.
out. No, but it's cool. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm friends with his parents. We're cool.
That's good.
Hung out with his nana yesterday. You know, his 90-year-old nana who wants to give us her furniture. So like, it's
God.
nice.
Does it have plastic on it?
No, it doesn't. She's really cool. She has like great art and stuff. So
Wow.
when she was like, "Yeah, take whatever you want," we're like, "What? This is crazy."
Why is she trying to give it away?
Well,
She has
'cause she's-
coronavirus.
Well, she's like, so she's in her 90s, and she's like, "All right, I can't manage this house. I can't, you know."
You can't manage coronavirus.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
Basically.
Think about it. Like, if you're old, like, you don't want to be vacuuming and, like,
Yeah.
you know, you just want to, like, plop down at one of your kids' houses and, like, not do shit, right?
Yeah,
so,
I guess, yeah.
You guys will have something to furnish, hopefully.
Well, that was exactly the point. That's why she
Yeah.
called it. She's like, you guys need it more than anyone else, and
Do you guys live together?
we're working on it. Well, yes and no. Like, he's spending probably 80% of the week at my place because it's more convenient for both of us for work. But we're buying a place together, so
What?
it's like the whole suburban dream and all of that.
Where's the place?
Well, I don't want people to,
Oh, okay.
but you know, it's like one of the, it's like one of the
That's
major
fair.
suburbs, you know, like it's, yeah.
It's in the U.S.
It's in the U.S. It's
Okay,
in
cool.
California.
It's on land somewhere?
It's on land. It's
Not
in the
necessarily
suburbs.
continental U.S., but
Oh, okay, cool.
it's like
Okay,
in-
So you're
I'm just gonna be teleporting from Hawaii, you know, or
You could
Alaska.
commute from
Sure.
Alaska
I would love to. If there's a way to figure out how to, you know, just teleport, I'll do that.
or Guam.
I
No,
feel
but-
like
Guam.
early on the technology is going to do something to our cellular or nuclear structure, and it's going to, you know, if we think cell phones like give us cancer,
Oh, you talk about teleportation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's happening.
I'm sure people have tried. I'm sure people have tried and failed. That's why we haven't heard about it.
Imagine the build up to thinking you're actually going to succeed in the
Oh my
moment.
God.
And then just like being in that box.
I don't
still,
know.
You're just like, ah, shit.
I still just like want.
even worse. It's just literally like microwaved or something.
It's like a J.J. Abrams show.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
you just
God.
like disintegrate and you're like, oh, so close.
I still want a DeLorean. I just want like someone to. I want Michael J. Fox to show up in a DeLorean and take me back to another time in the past.
What
Oh, time
time?
travel. Yeah.
Probably prom, maybe high school
What?
prom. I
Really?
think.
Prom? But you already went. You wouldn't want to go somewhere.
I
you haven't
didn't
been.
go. I didn't go, and
Oh.
that's like one of my life's biggest regrets up until
Really?
now.
Are you serious?
Well, so no, there's like definitely, you know, like when you look back at like 20 years of your life or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, like you looking back, you can tell like what life decisions informed other parts of your life, you know,
You
like
think prom would have informed your life? I'm
no,
I'm
I
kinda
just
like, I'm
I just
curious.
think I would have like I just don't have that experience, you know? And
So
me
interesting.
not going to prom was such an incident that it actually did inform my life and how much I hate men and don't trust men and all of that. Because, like, I was stood up on the night of prom.
Okay, this
So, yeah, I was
makes
stood
more
up on the
sense.
night of prom. I waited for my boyfriend for like 3 hours, and I ended up never going to prom. So, yeah, so because of that,
It's like you like forfeited.
no, I didn't forfeit. Like I was in a dress. I had my hair and makeup ready.
traumatizing.
It was
so
yeah.
awful.
There's a reason why I hate men as much as I do. But yeah, like it was.
That's a formative time in your
Yeah,
life. and
exactly,
This guy
you know?
betrayed you
Yeah,
and your
it's fine.
commitment.
This is gonna be
go
an
to a
amazing.
dance?
It's gonna be an amazing romantic comedy. I'm writing it right now.
Yeah, you
but
should.
Yeah. But like there, I wish there were some things that I could just like go back to the past and like.
I didn't go to my
Fixed.
prom.
But was that on purpose?
No, I went and like I was wearing like a Tommy Hilfiger outfit instead of a prom dress, and they just didn't let
They
me in.
kicked you out.
No, they didn't let me in.
They don't like.
Like a Vegas club line.
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, they just looked at me and they're like, no. They're like, you behind, you can come in.
They were like, do you have girls with you?
Oh my god.
Like, not you can't come.
They were
in here.
asking me, do I have girls with me?
You know, there's so much more lax about that now. Like nobody
Yeah.
cares. People wear sneakers to prom. Like it's fine.
Well, yeah, now I think people are more flexible with, identity.
You hear that, kids? You have it so much easier. Back in our day.
You know, it's true. It's nice to see that because it was difficult for people to even be openly gay when I was in high school.
Oh yeah,
That's
me
crazy.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember people would get made fun of just if they like had a softer voice.
Yeah.
It was like anything would be like a target. It was crazy when you think back at it now. You're just
Yeah.
like, what?
And now it's like everyone's like very, very accepting. And I don't know, I watch a lot of kids on TikTok. Not in that way, but it's just like it's like cool to see that like, they're like coming out to their friends and family, and it's like a very accepting and open environment.
So much better.
And everybody's like, very accepting of gender fluidity and like girls don't have to wear dresses to prom. Like wear whatever the hell you want and
Wear Tommy Hilfiger.
wear
outfit.
Tommy Hilfiger and come and have a good time,
Essentially, I was wearing
Yeah.
sweatpants.
So you wouldn't want to time travel back just to let that bouncer let you in?
No, I'm good. I am good. It's probably all for the best.
I'm really curious to know how it would have changed your outlook,
I think
actually.
I would have just gone with somebody else, or just gone on my own, just like been empowered enough to like just show up by myself, know,
Yeah.
and just met my friends there.
It's funny,
Yeah.
like, I left high school when I was 16, and I took the GED and just left, and then I, like, never went to college or anything.
You hated high school that much?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember when the dean was talking to me right before I left, he was like, but what about prom? Like, that was, like, his one thing. And
wow.
he was like, don't you want to stay for that? And I was like, 2 more years of, like, hell to go to, like, a party. Like, I didn't understand the idea of it. And until this moment, I didn't think how much it could affect someone's
Yeah, well,
life.
I was very I was in student council. I was very involved. School was my life because my parents were so strict that like school was my way out of the house, and so I was just very, very involved because it was either school or like not the best environment at home,
Yeah.
So school was my entire life.
Oh my
You
God,
know,
that's
so it's different.
interesting.
You had more freedom at
See
school.
how different the two Zaras are? We're very
Yeah,
different people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
The H is the least of our concerns.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wait, so how are your parents when you were like, yeah, I don't want to go to school anymore?
My mom was definitely the most supportive. She was just like, you have to come up with a plan of some sort. You can't just be a degenerate and not do anything ever. So I made a plan to like go to acting school full time, and
Okay.
so I did that, and it just replaced school with actually something that would.
But you were very passionate about
Yeah.
being an entertainer and
Yeah.
all of that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like I knew.
That's good.
You went to college though and everything.
I went to
right?
college. I had a
And it
career. I
was
did everything.
useful.
I'm still wearing a fucking blazer. Like I was
gonna
coming
say,
from
like,
work,
it's useful,
like
yeah.
whatever, But yeah, like everyone follows their own path and whatever works for them.
Exactly. Like if I wanted to, if I knew that I would be able to handle or like even be like smart enough in that way to like go through college and pursue like a real career and like make money, like I just kind of felt like I wasn't the type to even hold that down. I don't know.
I'm envious of people when they know what they want to do at such a young age, because you know what you want to do and now you do voiceovers and you're acting.
It's also
and
you had the
you're
support.
like in the space.
You had the support of a
Yeah.
parent.
For sure, and there are definitely benefits to that, but I'm also not buying a house next month. You
But,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Or whenever. Did you say next month?
Well,
Whenever.
now-ish.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Knock on wood. Hopefully everything goes-
Emotionally rich or emotionally fulfilled or financially rich and fulfilled?
Yeah, you know,
can
like nothing's going to be perfect. There's always going to be something where you're just not fulfilled in one way or another. You know, you just figure it out.
Right.
You just figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Perfection exists.
Well, for me, I'm like always like, oh, I want to have my cake and eat it too, because it's like, who wants cake and not to eat it? And that just sort of applies to everything.
I just think like I have this personality where like even if on the outside everything's like going really well, I will always find something that's like not going well, and I'll just like hone in on that. I'm like, what's wrong with this thing?
I
You know?
relate to that because I was raised that way.
Yeah, because for sure.
I was raised in a Muslim household as well. So it's a stricter, more dogmatic upbringing than, you know, like I think the average American kid.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Are-
Where were you raised?
Florida.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and that's strange already.
So everything was just,
already.
you know, the soup was already little like,
I
you
will
know,
never understand that. Why
tangy.
is Florida so weird? Like it's just you go there and
it's
it's
such
like
a mix of people.
it's like
because
you need a passport to get there. Like it's crazy. I don't understand. It is a mix of people.
People coming from all parts of the region.
Yeah.
Florida's affordable and the weather's
Yeah.
nice.
And then like part of it, like the top part's like in the south.
Yeah.
And then the bottom part is really like metropolitan and
I love Miami. I'd say Miami
Right.
is sort of different from the rest of Florida. The Panhandle the higher up you go in Florida, the deeper south it becomes.
exactly. That's like a crazy thing to all have in one state.
And then there's, there's Disney World, which is huge, and then there's also like the Scientologist Center somewhere. Like there's like a lot of Scientologists. So it's just a very strange.
It's like Hollywood.
Yeah, it's like
Hollywood's kind of crazy
Florida?
and weird.
It's like
in
Franklin
itself.
Village.
Yeah. Oh my
In
god.
this whole state.
So your mom was really supportive, and
Yeah, my mom
you gave her a
was.
plan, and she was okay. But your mom's a creative as
Exactly.
well, right?
And she
So
hated school. And my dad also wasn't huge on school, but I was definitely hesitant to tell him, and I didn't for a little bit. I just.
So you quit school? You didn't tell your
Yeah.
So where were you going instead
Well,
of
my
going
parents
to
are
school?
divorced,
Okay.
so he didn't live with.
So you live with your
us.
mom, and
yeah,
your
I
mom's
just sort of like
cool.
avoided the questions
Okay.
until it was like officially time, because I was gone for like a month before I actually like told the school that it wasn't. It was just.
This isn't
Cool.
working.
I was tapping out.
And so your mom was like, did she step in and then she told school, and like what was this whole process like?
Yeah, she wrote an email to like the principal just being like, we talked it over and we just sort of feel like it's not the best use of time.
You know, I so appreciate that, because I always think like, oh, this one size fits all educational system doesn't work.
so
Like it needs to
dumb,
be
yeah.
tailored to the and for you to have like, and your mom to sort of have the foresight and you to know yourself well enough to have a trajectory, and she told you to make a plan and you did, and it clearly like, you know, put you on your path to
Yeah.
what you're doing today. Like that's really dope.
Oh man, thanks. I mean, it made me grow up quick, because my mom was like, you can't disappoint me. Like we're all taking a risk, you know? She was like, don't fuck up. She even said that. She was like, don't fuck up, be smart and work hard, and don't like, she was like, and I self-educated, you have to self-educate. You have to watch documentaries about history. You have to know who like the presidents were, like what's world history, learn about World War II, even World War I she wanted me to know about.
That's
It's like, who
dope.
the fuck cares about World War I?
That's
But,
dope.
yeah, just like stuff like that. So that also just kind of gave me the ability to like learn things for myself and figure out what I needed to know for myself
Right.
without having to be taught. In those ways, it was really great.
And also, I feel like a lot of the stuff that I learned in school, I don't remember, because I was just like trying to game the system and like just pass tests to get A's.
Yeah.
So I would cram and then get A's and it was fine. And then I wouldn't retain anything after the fact. Like history and stuff like that I was really interested in, I retained. But like it's just so much different where when you learn something and you're on your own accord if you want to, because you retain all that information versus you're learning something in order to pass a test or because you have to, and then like you don't want to retain it.
Exactly. It's like,
So,
why would you?
yeah.
There's no more use for it, and that's what you're saying, like that one size fits all.
Yeah.
thing, like
Yeah.
that, like people don't learn well like that, you know.
So it's good that you had sort of, I don't know, you were able to find that trajectory at a young age.
Thanks. Yeah, it was cool. And in
So did your
another
mom
way-
push you like to do that, or were you just kind of inspired because your mom did something similar?
Oh, no, I was just, I hated school already. I didn't know there was
Uh-huh.
another option. And then I kind of had the realization that I wasn't going to go to college because I was like, I know what I want to pursue and college isn't helpful for that. And then I had a boyfriend actually when I was like 15 or 16 in the summer between 10th and 11th grade who took the GED and did that. And he was like, why don't you just do that? If you aren't going to go to college, just take the GED and then like you'll have your diploma and you can still go to college whenever. And so I
Right.
remember my mom was cool with me not going to college, and then I remember talking to her and being like, so do I even have to finish high school? And she was like, are you out of your goddamn mind? Like she was
my
like
God.
insane. And then like she saw just how miserable I was. I lasted like 2 weeks in 11th grade. And then she just saw like it was awful. I was just,
Was it like kids were bullying you?
I was bullied
or-
a ton.
Why?
So much.
I can't imagine this. Like I'm
Dude.
yeah.
No, I was. Well, I was chubby. I had
I
really,
can't imagine.
I can't
that.
imagine Zara Mizrahi ever being chubby. Like
people
how
say- I have stretch marks I can show you.
you're skinny.
Well, now
What did you do?
went vegan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Exercised and just like, yeah, I the vegan thing and did like yoga really kind of
Okay.
like stretched me out. I was sort of stocky.
Okay.
I had like a weird body. I was sort of like top heavy. It was like a strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like a odd body.
Yeah,
And then,
Pilates and yoga does wonders for my body too.
Really?
It's weird. It's a weird thing, but
That makes sense. It like
Yeah.
stretches you out.
yeah, I'm very like I think I have the fat gene too, and it's just like got activated at a certain age, like late 20s. But I'm learning more and more like I need to keep working out otherwise.
Are you serious? Because you're
Yeah.
like a stick.
Well, I was for the longest time, and now I'm just like if I don't work out and if I don't eat right, I'm just like like a chicken. The mass is like in the center of her body.
Wait, that's how I was.
Yeah, that's basically who. Yeah.
You're just chickens, dude.
I'm just a chicken. Yeah.
Chicken
Little
bitch.
leg.
Yeah, the chicken bitches. The chicken bitches.
Yeah. No, but that's exactly right. It's like
We are the same person.
That's true. Oh, it all.
We are
comes
the
back
same body
around.
type.
Yeah.
I had a chubbier period too, but that's they ate like a linebacker.
Really?
And then my parents say that's how I got tall. I mean, I don't know if that. I mean, maybe that
It could be.
contributed to eating
It could
insane,
be.
There's a lot of.
American girls are like a lot like bigger than like other girls because we eat a lot of like GMO stuff in our diets.
I feel like a lot of our generation were taller than our parents
yeah.
of the immigrant families.
Oh my God.
way
yeah,
taller
of
than all the
course.
women in my
I
family.
didn't even think about that. Yeah, that makes total sense. How weird.
Yeah.
And all the hormones in the food.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
We're getting our periods at like 4.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. No, I heard of that. Yeah. No, my
It's
friend's
scary.
daughter got it when she was 9.
Yeah.
I've heard 9, yeah. But those girls get teased in like elementary school, middle school. I remember that.
Really?
But that was like, when I was growing up. I don't know about now if it's like
you mean
standard.
teased because they're like they already have boobs.
Because
and
they're like
stuff?
developing, but like, like when you start developing earlier than like the rest of everybody, it's like, oh, that girl's
Oh,
weird.
look at that chicken bitch.
You would think that it would actually be the opposite, that people would be
don't
like, oh, damn,
know.
you lucky motherfucker.
I don't know, because I think at 9, like everyone's still trying to figure out like what's cool and what's not.
Yeah,
and-
how do you handle sexual attention at 9?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, of course. They're
Yeah.
9. That's like 4th grade.
4th,
They're
5th grade.
babies.
Yeah,
Ugh, yeah. I can't imagine getting
weird.
my period
It's
at
weird.
that age. That
But
sounds awful.
I think my paternal grandma, she was married at 12, I think.
What?
I mean, they lived in a village at the time. I'm like a generation. My dad was born in a village. He grew up in Bombay, which is a big city like New York, but I'm like, it's crazy. Like, I'm a generation removed from a village in India.
When you think about that, you're just like, oh my God, we're not that far away.
Yeah,
from,
we're
like,
not.
ancient cave shit.
We're not. I think about it. I think about it at least like once a week when like I'm reading world news and like just watching the news of what's going on in Pakistan, and I'm like, somebody made a good decision along the way where I ended up here in America, in the States, pursuing stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, because I just like one or two bad decisions away from being, you know, one of the girls who's being persecuted for saying the wrong things the wrong time or whatever.
It's
so
like terrifying.
it is really terrifying, but it also makes you like really grateful. Like, okay, we're here. We can say whatever we want within reason, you know, but we have the
Just
right
not
to
on
do
Twitter.
that. Just say it on Twitter, you might lose followers or whatever, or you might go viral. I don't know, or you might become president. I have no idea.
Right.
You know, whatever works for you.
In the mosque that I was growing up in, there was a little Bengali girl, and her face was disfigured because someone threw, you know, acid on her face because she was so young, and I think her family they rejected a marriage proposal, so as sort of retribution, revenge. And that's not uncommon. You know, like it's similar to sort of. No, it's not uncommon, right? Have you heard?
I mean,
of
it
that?
doesn't happen as much anymore because I think it's illegal.
I mean, this little girl was missing an eyeball.
But yeah,
You know-
But if you grow up in like those tribal areas where there isn't any rules being enforced, you know, even if you don't, like in a lot of those cities, like even we figured out LAPD is, you know, not as helpful anymore either. But like when you're in like living in anarchy, the rules don't get enforced. So
It's just so awful because when you see someone who's just that stuff melts your face.
Dude, that's again
crazy.
That's like a J.J. Abrams.
it is
Yeah.
crazy.
That is so insane that that's a reality for some people. It makes me feel so bad.
And it's a
Like-
child.
Right,
Like
that's
you're,
the other
yeah.
thing.
You're like
she
so
wasn't even-
offended a child, like you know, a family doesn't want to marry off their child. Like what reality is that?
Because
It's
it
so
also
different.
wasn't her decision.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
family's decision, and now she's the one who has to suffer from that. That's horrible. If
I
you want this
know.
girl
Yeah.
to get married, don't throw us.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean,
How
it's
about
happening
that?
today, but the good thing is, and I've actually been seeing this, and I know people who are actually like social activists behind this, where they're actually passing laws against child brides.
Yeah.
So they're, you know, kids have rights, and they're working on it. So
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
It was just wild because it's just like this was, you know, I probably was like 15 and this was like a 9-year-old. So this was just like, I'm very curious what she's up to. I think she came to the States to have reconstructive
Yeah.
surgery done.
Oh, cool. I hope that worked.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I just,
there are a lot of charities
I would
that like
love
focus
to-
on that. So
I would
That's good.
love
Yeah.
to catch up with her.
Oh, yeah.
you can probably find her. I'm sure
Yeah.
she's on the gram or something.
I have to like ask. I have to ask around.
Okay, you go to the
families and
mosque
stuff.
Facebook page, and then you just write the message.
I literally thought you said the Quran.
The
And I was
Quran.
like,
Oh,
what is
no,
that?
the
The
mosque.
Quran.
Um,
Instagram.
Speaking of the mosque, someone just hit me up to do a charity gig, to do comedy at a mosque. And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand what my comedy is. Like, I don't, like, you ever get hit up to do gigs?
Mosques are such conservative.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you
places.
folks really want comedy. Like, I don't think you understand.
A majority of
is.
mosques, women and men are separated. So, like,
Yeah.
jokes about dating, modern dating, would be seen like I would assume people would perceive that as haram, which means like forbidden.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think I would just make fun of like all like the men and women, you
Yeah.
know, make fun of the imam, make fun of, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what I would
you
do.
might be able to just do something different. I mean, I don't know if like a set,
I don't know.
like your normal set's gonna fly. There.
No way. Not
yeah,
at all.
it's like, what do you even... That sounds so
know.
awkward.
I don't know. Also, I think like half the crowd doesn't even use like Ubers or Lyfts. So like what current like stuff can I talk about? You know,
It's a paid gig.
it is a paid gig.
Oh,
So
we'll
I don't know.
see.
I haven't decided if I want to do it yet or
Yeah.
not, you know, since mortgage and houses and all that shit is a thing now. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
Last time I went to a mosque, I was criticized for wearing nail polish. They're like, you can't clean your fingernails if there's nail polish on them.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you know, you can't clean underneath the nail polish.
Oh.
It's just crazy.
You
I
did to put it on. You're protecting it. It's,
Yeah.
Nail polish is like clothes for your nails.
I'm on your. This is.
Hey,
I'm
we're on the same
side.
side. Hey, nail polish is closed for your nails, you guys.
I'm just having this argument with her through you.
I was very stressed also.
Getting offended on your behalf. Like, how dare you?
moment and shit.
Wear nail polish.
And she like you're trying to have a spiritual moment and someone's like looking at your nails like focus on
your spiritual moment.
Yeah. I went to Saudi Arabia and like every time, a little piece of hair was sticking out, a woman would say something to like cover it. And it was just that's my issue with religion is dogma. It's just like that's not even important.
Oh yeah.
Why is that even important?
I know. Because
Now I'm arguing with you for you.
No, that's what I told her. I said specifically. No, because it's weird. It's like I'm even dealing with it with my family a little bit with this wedding thing. Like when
do they want you to have like a religious wedding?
Yeah, and like it is a Jewish wedding, but
Is your fiance Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like we're not having a rabbi marry us. My brother's marrying us.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, you met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're really good friends.
They look like siblings. It's crazy. It's like, oh, you're the other Mizrahi. Wow, you are the other Mizrahi.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So like my family kind of, they're like, well, you have to follow all these rules. And it's like, you didn't raise us Orthodox. And plus, can you tell me like why you can't get married when the sun's out? Like there's no reason.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
On Shabbat or whatever the Saturday.
Oh, on is it what is it like Friday night?
It's gonna be Saturday night.
It's gonna be Saturday
the sun's
night.
going down.
After, okay, yeah.
But like during, so like technically no. But I was like telling Fizz, I was just like, what is the reason behind this? And if you don't have one, then you should have just raised me like that from the beginning. Because if you
so is this
didn't-
more your dad or is it his side of the family that's like?
No, it's my dad.
Okay.
It's my dad, yeah.
Yeah, you can't raise someone with critical thinking skills and then just throw all this like religious law on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like to his
Out of
credit,
the blue,
like
decades later.
No, exactly. Like to his credit, he understood, but it was weird to have to be like, yo.
Yeah, where's this coming from?
Where's it coming from? Like,
Yeah.
because we don't follow rules like that on any other Shabbats. So
Yeah.
like on one day, it's like because it's meaningless if you just do it for
the ceremony,
Yeah,
right?
like-
And yeah, people all of a sudden find religion for their weddings, so like it's kind of crazy. I mean, I enjoy kind of seeing like the whole spectrum of weddings and how people bring in religion to their weddings, mostly to keep the rabbi happy or the imam happy, or what it's like what will people
That's
so
the issue. My issue with
if
weddings.
your parents are inviting people, it's like, oh, what are they gonna say if you don't do this? And I'm
It
like,
seems to be for everyone else.
yeah.
exactly.
And that's so. I think it's stupid. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, no, it is. And we it was interesting because we had to like my dude and I had to be like, okay, so we have to start setting boundaries now with both of our parents, because if we start appeasing them now, then it sets the tone for the rest of the relationship, and then they're gonna think that they can like do whatever. And we're just like, this is what it is, bro. Like, you just gotta tell them it's awkward. It's weird, but it's just the
I think
way
it's healthy,
you have to
too.
do. It is, yeah. I was telling her like it makes you grow up because you
Yeah.
just have to like finally take a stand, because I'm so conflict averse. I hate confrontation, and I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I feel bad, and like it is my dad, and I love
You're
him.
so chill though. Like I can't imagine anyone ever wanting to have a confrontation with you.
Oh yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's
like
just
no,
not...
like they were to their credit, they were super cool. When we
Yeah.
explained to my dad, he backed off, and he was like, "I totally get it," and he was cool. But it knowing how to stand up for something is really important, and I've never really known how to do that, and I'm learning right now.
I mean, you're gonna be a wife. You gotta figure out how to stand up to men.
I guess, but he's like the coolest dude. We've never had
Yeah.
to like. I never
Yeah.
feel like he doesn't want me to do something that I actually want to do, or like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's good. That means you're making the right decision. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, like she
Teammates.
said- Yeah, exactly. We're just
Yeah.
like homies.
Oh, that's
yeah,
sweet.
no, it's cool. Yeah. The biggest problem is just like, how do we handle our families, and
That's always the biggest problem.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it still sounds like it's not so bad.
No.
which is really
Sounds
it's
like
really
it's going to be
nice.
really fun.
I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
It's like
that's good.
I feel good hearing about your wedding. It
Oh my
makes me
God.
feel hopeful
Oh, that's sweet. Thanks.
for humanity.
Oh man.
Humanity. Hey, wedding season's going to be lit this summer. Okay.
Yeah, hope
It's going to
so.
be great.
You know, it's just there's people who shouldn't be having kids, and they have a lot of kids sometimes.
Usually.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the people who don't think they should have kids. I don't know. Are you guys thinking about?
Well, that's the
Expanding?
thing. That's the thing is like I actually think he and I would be kick-ass parents, but
Yeah.
I'm just sort of like, I don't know if I actually want kids.
I feel you.
You know, and it sucks because I'm like, if anybody should have kids, it should be people who like actually
Yeah.
have a good head on their shoulders. And I believe in him so much. Like I feel like you guys would be great parents. Like, but there once in a while I'm like, not so much. You're from
No.
Florida.
Yeah, you know, I guess
Actually, I think Visa would be a good mom. Honestly, I do think so.
I think I can be
Yeah.
a good aunt or like a
Yeah.
mentor for a kid, but like a full-time mom, I don't want to commit to that responsibility. So like I don't think that's fair to a kid.
No, if you don't want
Yeah.
to, you absolutely should.
I mean, if I
and
found myself in
that's
this
a very
situation,
smart decision,
Yeah.
you know? And I think,
and that is why I should have children.
yeah.
because you're
Right.
able to like see both sides of things
Yeah.
and understand someone else's needs. And
Well, most babies are mistakes, right? And who
Are
make
they?
yeah, most babies are not planned. Most
Oh, I didn't know that.
pregnancies are not planned. So most babies are mistakes, and who makes mistakes? Idiots, you know.
But when it comes to something that basic,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
we all know how this works, like what the formula is
Exactly.
for making one
Well,
of these
yes,
things.
yeah. So
So it's like if that's like a mistake, it's like look, this isn't like unbeknownst to me.
Yeah,
Like, how does
yeah.
that happen? Oh, I
Yeah.
get it. I totally understand.
But-
Or like people didn't even know they were pregnant.
Oh god.
oh, there's a
Yeah,
whole
remember
TV
this-
show on
Yeah,
what is
totally.
it? TLC.
I didn't know
yeah.
I was pregnant.
Yeah.
It's like what? Come on.
They're like 4 months in, 5 months in. They're
So
like,
weren't you wondering where your period went?
yeah, or like girls like they're like in labor and they're like, I don't know what's wrong.
It's an ulcer.
What?
Like, yeah, that ulcer's gonna grow up to be 18 and
my God.
apply to college. It's fucking
Jesus.
weird.
I don't know where they find these people.
Well, it's just like I wonder if some of them come from households where they just didn't talk about sex. That's what I suspect.
But really,
And
you
it-
think by the time like if someone accidentally got someone pregnant, they straight up didn't know that unprotected sex causes pregnancies.
I mean, I think it's pretty wild, you know, in this day and age, but
If you're like a kid and you're just like, blah, I mean, fuck it.
I could
people
understand
cope
it. Like
in ways that aren't
yeah,
healthy, where
if
you might
were
just ignore it.
homeschooled, but if you were homeschooled,
isn't
or
the
if you
best
went
idea.
to like a very religious school or something, and like, or you were pulled out of public school during the time where they talked about the birds and the bees and sexual health and all of that, I could understand why you have no idea what's going on.
But also, there's
with
some
your body.
like
But
there's some cases where some women don't really fully lose their period when they're pregnant, or they don't really show. They're just, you know,
Right.
they're
I guess
just
that's
really
possible.
small.
it's just very rare for that to
Yeah.
happen. You know, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, and
But-
yeah, I don't know. Out of all the people who like definitely didn't know that that's how it works, there's so many other people who definitely did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're just like hope like on a wing and a prayer, just like
I don't know. I think the smart people should procreate more, but the smart people know how bad the world can be, so they don't.
No,
you know?
totally. I mean, like
Yeah.
people who read the news and like see
Yeah.
what's happening to like ICE,
Yeah,
or like
it's-
whatever. It's just it's scary. Like it's scary to think.
Maybe this is a way just to keep the smart people smart, you know, so they're always a minority. I don't know.
Well, it's sort of like the president thing. Like anyone smart enough wouldn't want that fucking job.
True.
Yeah.
know,
Oh
like-
God.
True.
Right? Like people, that's why we don't get that many good options. If you're smart enough,
Huh.
you're probably going to be like, whatever, in finance or even in Congress is better than being
Maybe.
like,
I mean, I think you have. I think there has to be a need to be a public servant. I think the presidents that were really good, they initially started their life in public service to help people.
I think that was
You know.
very true.
Yeah.
And but more true when that was sort of like the culture of politics.
Right.
Now
Right.
nobody's trying to help.
Now
people.
it's like the current president's like, oh, you're gonna make fun of me? Well, I'm gonna run for president and be better than you.
yeah,
Like,
no,
it's just
exactly.
Like
And
what?
You're just like, wait,
What is your reasoning?
you're
for-
a leader? You're
Oh
trying
my
to be a leader
God.
right now?
I
Shit's
don't
wild.
know.
Yeah, so that's
don't
why
know.
I'm not sure about kids.
I
As
don't
much
blame
as
you.
I'm
Hey,
like-
who knows? Coronavirus. We may not be here long enough, you know?
I
Who
keep
knows?
hearing it's not that bad.
It's not. I mean,
The
there's.
flu is harsher than coronavirus.
Oh, the actual symptoms for sure.
Yeah.
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 Corona is like a mild flu.
Yeah, and if you're already if your immune system's already shot, then yes, you do have a chance of like not making it through the coronavirus. But that's also the flu and pneumonia and anything
Yeah.
else, So I don't know, but it's just yes, there's millions of people affected by the flu every year. The coronavirus, I think they just don't know if they just don't know a lot of things about it yet, which is why it's a pandemic, and everyone's just going nuts because they don't know when it's going to end, when it's going to stabilize. I'm still trying to get American to like give me my money back for my flights. Like, what?
Oh yeah, dude, I have to book flights to go to this festival, and like.
Is it still happening? Because they shut down
South by Southwest.
South by
I
Southwest.
know my dude had a film there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks.
We were supposed to go to a Winter Music Conference in Miami
Oh my God,
in
well-
2 weeks, and everything's just shut down.
Sucks, but like Laughing Skull I just heard today. It's like how is that? I'm surprised that it's even happening, and that's like next month.
Well, that's Atlanta, and I don't think there have been too many cases in Atlanta yet, so I don't know.
Isn't it like any gathering like where they're?
It's
where they're
supposed to be
bigger-
avoiding gatherings of like large groups of people,
like South by is obviously
like
much
South by,
bigger.
Ultra, Winter Music Conference. They're thinking of canceling Coachella. Well, that's also like everyone's sweaty and gross, and liquids are going around everywhere anyway, so that's probably not.
I'm not gonna get the
crowds anyway.
Me neither.
I feel like almost sort of claustrophobic.
Yeah,
I
they freak
can't
me
do
out.
those anymore. I'm over it. Okay, I do want to talk about something because we brought up your mom.
Oh yeah.
And I saw that you and your mom were on page 6. Oh my God, you're like a socialite.
Oh man.
What's happening?
Yeah, it was in the New York Post. Was it actually on page 6?
It was I thought it was page 6.
I think it was page 6.
Yeah, it was page 6.
No, but
Yeah.
I took a
Was.
screenshot. 'Cause I figured this was going to come up.
My mom used to be a reporter for the National Enquirer.
Okay.
Do you remember that tabloid?
Yeah.
Like, from a while back.
That still exists,
It
right?
still exists, but
Yeah.
it's like it doesn't have the prestige.
Right.
Well, people would say never did, but it won Pulitzers and or almost did.
Yeah.
And like they used to like polygraph their sources. My mom used to take me with her to like go stalk celebrities. And,
Oh,
like,
that's
get stories and
fun.
stuff. Yeah, it was a really unconventional LA upbringing, but she kept all of her like journalism content. She's like friends with all of them on Facebook, and I guess someone was doing a story about like moms and daughters who either look alike or just look so close in age. My mom looks really young, or I look really old. I don't know.
Your
and
mom
then-
looks really young.
Your
I think
mom
she
looks
looks
really. You got good genes, okay?
man, thank you.
So I saw the photo and I was like, damn, her mom looks good. And then I saw the age and I was like, damn, your mom looks really good. Like,
Is your mom also vegan?
She's vegetarian.
She's vegetarian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of started the whole.
I'm
thing
giving
in
up
my
cows.
family.
That's it. I'm
Yeah?
giving it up. I mean, look, I like her. It's crazy.
My brother looks kind of like ageless too, and he's vegan. It's weird what it'll do.
Interesting.
I just you hate veganism.
No.
Oh.
We have our next guest just like throwing some shade.
Vegetables.
Jeremy, did you bring burgers here? You seem like you're offended. Okay.
he's just like, let me mind my own business.
It was the most condescending scoff I ever
I
heard.
know, just scoffing at the
And it was
veganism.
so unintentional. It's hilarious.
Jeremy's gonna be on the next episode, but can we wrap up? Okay, we gotta. This is not about you. It's about Zara Mizrahi right now. But yeah, so page 6, did they do a photo shoot? Like what?
Yeah.
That's
they did
so
a photo
dope.
shoot. Yeah, it was really fun. They
Have
took
you guys
some-
ever done a mother-daughter like professional thing before?
Yeah, we used to actually model together.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I modeled. I did like acting and modeling and stuff, and we did like some mom-daughter
that's so
things
sweet.
together. Yeah. And then it sort of just came up again, and it felt like a reunion. Like
Oh,
a
that's
friends
so
reunion.
sweet.
Yeah.
The mom and daughter duo came
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, it was sweet.
That's
Next
nice.
time she's in town, maybe come on, bring her on. Come back with your
Yeah,
mom.
we love moms.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's
wanna-
always in town. She lives here, so
Oh.
yeah.
All right.
She's an LA native. She's like a unicorn.
Yeah.
She's from
We'll
here. Her
coordinate.
Yeah,
Cool.
we should.
Yeah, anytime.
Would love to have a
yeah,
mom.
yeah. She'll tell funny stories.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
I loved all your funny stories
Oh my
too. Thank
God.
you for sharing.
Dude, thank you for having me on. This is great. We were talking about it a while back, and I was just like, oh man, this has to happen. Every time I
Yeah.
see you guys, I'm like, you guys are great. So.
Well, you're great and you're super funny. And for our listeners, I don't know if you've heard Zara's voice on with the Family Guy.
Family Guy, American American Dad, and then I'm doing a new Marvel show. I have a character on a new Marvel show coming out in August, so we'll
Break it up.
Listen to her, watch her. Where can people find you?
Instagram is probably the best way. Just my name, Zara, no H.
Zara.
Mizrahi, like the designer. Mizrahi on Instagram. That's it.
There you go. Don't show up at her wedding. You're not invited.
Damn.
If that's what she says, I guess.
They don't know. They get confused. They're like, wait, Zara said I can't show up to the wedding.
To Zara's wedding? Wait, which Zara's wedding?
Oh, I don't
can
know.
I not come to?
Oh, neither. I don't.
one?
Hey, if I get married at City Hall, you're all invited.
I'll be
That's
there.
actually
All right.
At your new house.
kind of
At
fun.
my new house. Oh my god. Oh man.
At your new house located at
Instagram.
Instagram. Yes. Yes. My house is at Instagram. Come on over. Follow me in my house, I guess.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't
your
know.
house's handle?
It's a really Zara. It's really me, you guys. It's Zara with an H. Zahra. That's where you can find me.
I'm Fizadasani, Fizaadosani on Instagram and the rest of them social medias. Pallavi's not here. Her dog. She's saying goodbye to her dog. So sending her love.
Send her love, guys.
Send her love to
Go on
her
over,
dog
send her love.
Bowie. It's old age, but it's still like it's loss, love and loss. So
Dude, dogs are brutal to lose.
yeah, and their lifespan's different from ours. So
Yeah.
it's like if you love a dog, you're probably going to experience the loss of one.
Yeah.
So it's a harsh reality but it's beautiful too. It is beautiful. God damn it. Pallavi can be
thought
found
we
on
were gonna end on a
Instagram
nice note.
at Pallavi Ganalan. It's beautiful. Like,
It's
look, this
beautiful.
is the double-edged sword of life. It's life.
Life is beautiful. Don't get married if you're 16. But do drop out of school and take the GED because you might end up like the very successful Zara Mizrahi.
If that feels right for you, if it fits. If it fits, yes. We're Facial Recognition Comedy, facialrecognitioncomedy.com. All our social media stuff is there. It's at Facial Recognition. It's such a long name. Like, do I have
Yeah.
to-
They know what it is. Also, we're going to be in New York on March 27th. It's Friday, 11:30 p.m. Use promo code FRC on the New York Comedy Club's website for $10 off. Use it, please.
And then we're going to be in LA at West Side Comedy on Easter Sunday. It is April 12th, 9 p.m. Come through and yeah, that's it. We got another guest. Oh my
All
god,
right.
my
Thanks for
chin
coming.
just touched the mic.
I give up. That's my closing message. I give up. Bye, everybody.
I thought we're being positive. You want to say something?
Don't get
positive?
married at 16. Okay, bye. We love you.